Oh, baby.
Go, gadget methadone dispenser.
I put gin on top of my gin.
And I already have shades of discomfort in all of that is.
The collection of short stories by Judy Blume.
You ever smell the inside of a hat?
I liked it. It smelled like you.
Craigslist for hookers.
Craigslist?
No, but worse than that.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic. The best parts of hanging out with these guys without the hangover.
Greetings! Hello, darling. Welcome to another edition of Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic. I am Zig. He is Larry. That's how you know it's working. Hit us up and give us some likes and all that bullshit, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Zig and Larry Ignore a Topic, where you can see the spectacular outfit that I have just discovered. I told you I was going to buy it, Larry, and I bought it.
I could not be happier.
Yeah, so we went down to the, this is two-parters. In Andersonville in Chicago, very recently, there was, they had just like a nice little spring, like the sidewalk sale, like a neighborhood sale. And there's a spot up and down a street called Clark Street, which has just a bunch of like locally owned shops, like just like artisanal stuff, like food shops, and like you can get fresh made tahini. You can find like handmade crafts and art and stuff. I chose to purchase this, which is a tank top, which fat, pasty white men should not wear, but it's just Bernie Sanders happily hugging a kitten on this really loud green background. I don't know what it means. It means nothing, but for $14, I said I own this and my only tank top t-shirt. I need to purchase this.
It's a glorious thing, and I feel like you know, because of your good news recently, Zig, that it's worth celebrating. And I know you didn't want me to mention it, but I'm going to. Congratulations on being in between breakouts.
Thank you very much. You know what? The salves are working.
I'm going to need some manner of ointment and some salve.
What I do like, I didn't realize, because this is actually the first inaugural wearing of this shirt, because it's finally spring, goddammit, is you can see a couple of the tattoos. I got like the little anchors right here, but one of my first tattoos that I almost forget that I still have is this, one of those stupid "Hello, my name is" stickers that you get at like reunions that you're supposed to write your name on. I've got one right here tattooed over my left titty, and it's just blank, so that you can just Sharpie and bullshit when you're down by the beach.
And it makes me jealous. I want to get one to match, but I also don't want to be too derivative. But my God, it's such a brilliant idea.
I don't know that it is, but I've never seen it before. I'm sure somebody else. Nothing. It's all been done before. Some guy who's like 75, like, I got that and damn. I'm like, yeah, no, you're smarter than me. It's fine. But it's impossible for two people to come up with the same joke. I also, so we went down to there. And I bought, we just bought like a bunch of really cool stuff, like just random, like a few random sauces that are like handmade. You know, I hope that they wash their hands, but like just random stuff. I found a wine. It's just like it's like a piece. It's like a little art piece. It basically just looks like a trike, but like a Harley trike that's made out of wrought iron, and the wheels are made out of bike chain, but where the seat would be, it holds 3 wine bottles, and it sounds like it could be either really hillbilly or really cool looking. I went with both, but it was half off, so I bought it, so I got one of those. And also, I know this isn't going to be a big deal for the majority of the universe, but down there is also a dispensary, Larry.
Okay. You
know that I'm not opposed to the Juana.
No.
Never have been.
No.
Never have been. It's just never been really my thing. Like, I love when I tell people that I don't smoke weed, because the answer 9 times out of 10 is always, you don't smoke weed?
Really?
No. However, what we did buy were some gummies.
Yeah.
Because we were down about, those shits are expensive.
Yeah, they are, but
fuck?
They're worth it.
We bought 2 packages. One for fun and one for sleeping. And I thought it might be interesting if I popped one of these fun ones right now and see how I am in an hour. In 3 hours, it might be more weird, but we'll see, because I'm not used to THC at all.
Yeah.
We bought these ones, which are delicious, by the way. And another one, they're called snooze berries. We haven't cracked into those.
The snooze berries taste like you'll
Tastes
never
like-
remember.
The
snooze berries taste like a weekend at your uncle's.
Yeah, still God. The snooze berries taste like, hey, is Reagan still in office? So we just pop one of those. Yeah, I'm not opposed to the THC. It just never was my thing.
Yeah.
The last time that I just realized the problem with fucking gummies is I love gummy candy, and I'm glad I don't have the bag in front of me. Like,
Yeah.
I need some peach rings from the dollar store right now. It's just like, oh, you want like 4 or 5 of those, then all of a sudden you're the carpet, and you wonder why.
Yeah. Like I have a bit, and I'm not gonna run bits, but I've said that, you know, I 5 milligrams, and I have to sit in my chair, listen to Flaming Lips, and categorize all of my life mistakes.
I'm gonna do that, but in song.
And I do it in psalms.
Nice. So this might be a horrible idea. Right around the hour mark, we'll see. The last time, it was our buddy Jeff who smoked me up, and Jeff is a professional.
Yeah, he is.
That gentleman, he knows what he's doing, and he's got some practice.
Mhm.
So I took one hit out of this tiny little fucking bat, one tiny little one hitter. And I don't know what science has done to a plant to make it do this, but I guarantee you it wasn't Yahweh. It was a bunch of guys with fucking lab coats and really long hair and possibly a bandana over it. But I took one hit, and there is a video of me somewhere, and all I said was, do you smell that? Because I don't. And I think I feel like I should. And he said, what, dude? And I said, can I go to bed now? He says, yes, you live here and you're a grown man. Thank you. And that was it. And I just went to bed. To this day, I don't know what I thought I should be smelling and why I needed verification for any of it. But God damn, it was fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
And it was almost immediate. It was like, so yeah, thanks, man. I'm having a hard day and what?
I have to go meet my ancestors now.
Jesus Christ. So
Yeah,
we shall
dude.
see.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have always been booze hounds. Like that's, and for, you know, the longest time it was a lot of it was my jobs. I had to, because there was always the threat of random piss tests, and you know, now that it's legal in Illinois, you know, there's occasionally I get to enjoy the recreational, including this evening. So,
Oh, there you go.
see,
You have-
but
you have a little
do you
tooth?
remember I used to make bongs out of baby bottles?
Yes.
And I made one. We still have it, and I made it. It's got a little crab on it, and it looks like the slide. The crab is holding the slide, and that thing hits you like a Mack truck,
There
even
you
though
go.
it's just a baby bottle. And so I decided to, what the fuck? Let's do it, and then add some citywide pills from a St. Louis brewery. The Four Hands Brewery down in St. Louis. It is a fantastic brewery.
Wait, you say you just did that? Did you just smoke weed?
Earlier this evening, and then maybe a little bit more, and then I had a touch right before we started recording.
I wish I knew that. I feel like one of us shouldn't be. Like, this is a drunk podcast. It's not Cheech and Chong. But we'll see. Yeah, we do.
It's more
Even though
like
I am wearing
Dale and
this hat.
Chet. We're two
Dale
white
and
kids from small town buttfuck Illinois. We're no Cheech and Chong.
They were sketch comics.
We're Junior and Who Boy. That's what we are.
Why do I feel like I'm Who Boy?
Yeah.
And why do I feel like I don't want to know why I got that name, but I knew it hurt?
As our theme song says, just shades of discomfort in all of
In
your
all of my
holes.
holes. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I have shades of discomfort in all of my holes.
Yeah, that was when you after we had all quarantined for a couple weeks and you came down to visit in it was last July,
Mm-hmm.
and we let Nicole make drinks for us.
Oh God, that's
Yeah.
right. They
Yeah,
tasted good at the time, but
but yeah,
that's
they
like
were
they tasted good at the time. That's kind of like saying, in that light, her Adam's apple was adorable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't put two and two together. There's zero wrong with that if that's your thing. But if you're not prepared to climb the tree and hit that extra branch, you're not sure
yeah,
what's going
in
on.
both instances we discovered a bonus penis.
I feel like all penises should be bonus penis. Like, even if you just get the one, it's like, hey, bonus.
Hey, penis.
There's a penis involved.
So I got to do some comedy this past, well, I guess it would be last week.
Cool.
Yeah, I got to do some.
Same comedy club that was open. You told me about a month ago.
No, this is I'm doing the big shout out on our little podcast here to Chris Sear of St. Louis Independent Comedy. He brought me down to headline on, it was Tuesday the 30th, 31st? Yeah, 30th. Tuesday, March 30th, brought me down to headline there in St. Louis at a place called 9 Mile Garden.
Cool,
And
man.
Rad place. And then the following, on the 1st, of which, we laughed, it was a little on the nose, but on April 1st, got to do a really cool, it was a hybrid show. So it was like, it was at, so, I did that label and a couple other illustrations for Whimsy Tea Company here in Springfield. They
hold on, that means nothing for anybody listening. Larry is also an artist, and he gets commissioned to do the artwork for a lot of products. And one of them that he did was for a tea company. So he did a couple of drawings for that.
Yeah, well,
and they're very cool, by the way.
Thank you, and
and he tried to send me a bag of the tea because I told him I wanted one because it was so cool, and it got stolen. There's some asshole running around with a box that he stole from my front stoop, and all he got was a couple of used books and a bag of fucking tea.
Yep, and
asshole.
My hope is that asshole opened it up and tried to smoke the tea, and then ruined his lungs, and then read the copy of Gay Courage that I sent you. And was it
something about a little person?
It was like Whipsy plays midget football or something like that.
Which I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't know how offended I should be without looking at the cover art. I don't know.
They were both from like Gay Courage was from 1950 or 60 something. And the other one was like 1965, 1970, somewhere in there.
In 1970, what is midget football?
It was essentially
what is it now? I guess
I don't know what it is now, but back then it was football for kids. It was like little not little people, but regular humans. But anyway, so for Whimsy Tea Company.
There you go. That's how you dig yourself out of that hole.
Yeah, we do. We just take that sharp left around the corner. But yeah, Whimsy Tea, they wanted to do, they have a small space, a small storefront. And so we brought in about 8 people, which in their small store felt like about 100 because it was, everyone was spaced out appropriately. Everyone's wearing masks. But it just filled the room. Like, it was awesome. And then they live streamed it from their Facebook page, and they're going to put it on their YouTube channel. Cool. But yeah, that was fun. Got to work on the new material, which, don't get a lot of chances right now, but I am halfway through the vaccination process.
There you go.
I get my next one on April 17th, and then 2 weeks after that, it's curtains for you bitches. I'm gonna be everywhere that you want to be, telling jokes and making funnies and tee-hees, baby.
I'm
But yeah,
holding off. I really need just another couple of weeks of excuses to not see humanity. I know come May, I'm not going to have that anymore.
yeah. I wanted to get that vaccine, not because I just want to go. I just want to go tell jokes again. You know, I just wanted to have my little card that says this. He's not COVID contagious, but you might catch something else from him, and then just go tell some jokes again, man. And that's why I'm doing the hey, let me mention these guys, because again, it was awesome. Chris Sear is a St. Louis staple, and he's been a traveling comic, and is just a rad dude. And got to see him and my buddy Yale Hollander, who if you don't know these guys, listeners and viewers, because we're on the YouTubes, these guys, they're just rad. They're awesome. They're funny. They're good dudes. And then Gordon and Laura at Whimsy T being like, hey, we want you to tell jokes. And I was like, well, I'm not family friendly. And they're like, we're not asking you to be family friendly. We just want you to do your material. And I was like,
come in here and say cunt and balls at a tea shop for an hour.
That's what I did.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
See, every time I do stuff like that, I get really weird looks.
Yeah, well, but that's the thing. You got to get vaccinated, then I can bring you down here and we can say cunt and balls in a tea shop together.
I get to pick the tea shop.
Do you have any whiskey with you? Because I brought some.
I don't. We are purposely out of the hard stuff right now because I figured if there's going to be weed gummies and something called snoozeberries in my home, we're going to stick with beer and wine for the weekend. Because if I'm going to start playing, like Mr. Wizard's fucking chemistry set the home game in my own system, let's ease into that, because I know that I have a tendency to go a little overboard at times, Blair.
I hear you. And so, I don't know what that's like, Zig.
No, should you? This is just full of fucking beer. This is a water bottle full of beer because it holds two. That's where I'm at, because I'm being good. I'm doing edible,
and that's why
weed.
That's why I've got this citywide, because it's a tall boy.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and I don't have a problem at this point. Because we've got on our wall right now is a quote from Anthony Bourdain, and it is, your body is not a temple, it's an amusement park, enjoy the ride.
I almost got that tattooed on somebody else's ass.
Oh, was it mine?
No, the thing is that I'm not big enough to hold anybody down for a tattoo that takes that long. It's impossible.
When we talked on the last episode,
you have to dart him like a fucking one of the last two black rhinos. You know what I mean? You gotta and wait for it to drop. Okay.
He's a big one.
Give him two. That says I'm gonna butt fuck him. Very good. Thank you. Here's your $50.
See, and that's the thing. We talked on the last episode. If you were just like, hey, we're gonna go do this, we're getting a tattoo on your ass that says this, and be like, okay.
And we're gonna really stretch my Jedi powers over Lardog of the Hill people. Like, what am I gonna get him tattooed? I'm gonna tell him to do one of these "Hello, my name is stupid" tats, and then something about come in my butt. I don't know. I've already forgotten.
That's the thing. I don't give a shit. At this point, I've made it this far. I don't give a shit. Everything's just for fun at this point. I don't get me wrong. I'm working out, and I am, because my doctor was like, lose 20 pounds. I've got 14 pounds left to lose to get to where the doctor said I needed to be. I lift the heavy things. I do all that stuff to try to just keep myself limber and strong. Um, but I'm not interested in having washboard abs and being able to see every striation of muscle because that doesn't seem fun.
I'm watching you convince yourself of this at me while drinking whiskey, and none of it is. Come on, man. You would be built like an X-Men if you could.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like I know what it takes because I mean, come on, there was a time in my life where I had six-pack abs. I had all the stuff and I mean, it was cool for a second to look at and be like, look how great a shape I'm in. But it wasn't fun because I wasn't drinking beer and whiskey and eating prime rib roast.
Yeah.
I sent you pictures of that fucking roast beast, man.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that. That thing was, I mean, it was as thick as my fist. It was, and then just seared, just a little, the lamb, the tomato and lettuce.
It was as thick as my fist. He said that it wasn't a threat? Correct.
I know you did other stuff on your adventure. You went to a sex shop on your adventure with the weed gummies and everything.
Yeah. It's not something I'm going to go into a lot of detail about.
That's
because
disappointing.
well, no, not because I won't, but because it's the lady. She had a couple of ideas for products that she had seen advertised, and she wanted to go try them.
Okay.
So it's really interesting when you go into a place like that and you like find somebody who works there and it's like a Walmart. Where like, I really just need 7 feet of garden hose, 2 gnomes, a spatula, silicone preferred, and a pair of Keds size 9.5 wide. And they're like, oh yeah, absolutely. And also the dildos are back over here.
See,
What I did think was interesting was that it was on the same strip during the day. And there was a line outside because they were at COVID capacity. I'm like, well, this is a popular place.
Well, I mean, you got to go in and you got to look at the goods. I mean, you can order off Adam and Eve, adamandeve.com. I would love it if you were a sponsor. You can look at Adam and Eve, but you got to look at it in person to really go, yeah, that'll fit.
Yeah, no, you need if nothing else, one of those tape measures that the tailors use.
And trust me.
And some scratch paper.
Yeah, yeah.
Just let me back of the napkin this.
With those little golf pencils, just, let's see.
I don't know. On the box, it's metric. Let me do some conversions.
See, and that's, again, you can order off Adam and Eve. You can do that. You can look online and be like, yeah, that looks right. And then it comes to your house in a box and you pull it out and you got to have a spotter or else you'll throw your back out. Or you pull it out and you go, that's not hitting anything that's important.
But it sure is doing a lot of the unimportant stuff aggressively with 3D batteries. It's well, Adam and Eve, I think we've talked about this before. Like they're giving away like it's 5 free gifts and 79 movies with the purchase of 1 gift card. It's like just they have a warehouse just full of nonsense. It's like, we promise it'll come in an unmarked package. So if the only box with 0 wording on it, it might as well say not titty movies. It's just like, here you go. Your grandma's gonna have to sign for it, but it's okay.
See, and I want it to come in a box that with Sharpie written on it, just as like Larry's putting this in his butt.
When was the last time you purchased pornography? Because like we're at the age where I used to have a collection.
Yeah, we used to have analog porn.
Yeah, I mean, like DVD. It was well, first it was ripping out a few pages of the old man's Playboy and hoping he wouldn't notice. But you notice because you're only ripping out the good ones. Yeah. And then you somehow you're gifted 2 or 3 ones from like the older kids in junior high. Like back when Moses went in short pants when we were in school. And then there was like the DVDs, or not DVD, it was a VHS. We had one on Betamax because we were like one of the 5 families that had a Betamax. The old man had like 2 or 3 of his treasures in a small strong box with a lock that only had 3 like numbers on it. So it was like 1 through 0 through 9, 0 through 9, 0 through 9. It's just, and the code was like 436 or something. But I was a smart enough kid. I'm like, I know something good's in there. 000, 001, 002, 003. Guess what? 20 minutes later, I had Betamax porn to watch, pal. I figured it out. It was not that difficult.
What was it though? Because I distinctly remember the first porn, like
I couldn't tell you the name of it. I wish I could.
The first porn I ever saw was in high school. Now, entertainment.
It was called The Neighbors and a Cucumber, and it was home shot.
It was, and it through the window that I could press my little face against.
And I could hear my dad breathing.
It was unsettling. And that's why I have such a hard time climaxing now. When I was in junior high, we would get Entertainment Weekly. So stick with me.
You jerked off to that?
Hold on. Entertainment Weekly used to come with Entertainment Weekly, the magazine.
I mean, I guess I could probably infer, but no.
There you go. Just infer.
Sure.
Infer or not infer.
It's a weekly magazine about entertainment. Got it.
Attaboy. And so in the middle of it was this like black, it was all black on the outside insert, and it had like perforations, and so you couldn't like see inside. And so I opened it up and kind of gave it a peek, and it was like advertisements for porn movies. So you would get, and it would show all these, and have descriptions. And so in order
this is before the internet, so like you would like have to send away for your movie.
Yes.
Nice.
But this had all like the pictures in it, and it again it was perforated, so you could pull it out, but it left the perforated bundle in the spine.
So you know if somebody took it out.
Yeah, exactly. So what I did was unfolded, like unbent the staples and pulled the pages out very gently so I could pull that perforated piece out and then gently put those back. And I did that every time we got it. So that was the first time I ever saw what porn could be. I had not seen a filmed porn until it was like my freshman year of high school. Now, had I seen some Skinamax? Absolutely, dude. We'd all seen Skinamax.
There was those random like Cinemax movies.
Lady Chatterley's Lovers.
Oh yeah, I remember there was in my little hometown, I was half a block, even though it wasn't really on a block, from the bowling alley. The bowling alley also was doubling as a small video rental place where you go rent movies, you know, but they had an adults only section that was behind a no shit like blanket that was just up on a cord. And I just walked in there at 12, and I remember the old guy, Mr. Stash, who is on the bowling alley. You can't go back there. I'm like, you're gonna have to come get me. And I'm just gonna go back there, just looking at all the like, get out of there. Give me a second. Asians. Oh, there's no Asians in my small town. That looks interesting to me. Get the fuck out of here.
So my like so many of us, the first experience with live, like I say live porn, with like pornography, like filmed porn, it was a friend of mine had the VHS tape, and he was like, I've got this, and there was like 6 of us sitting around and watching this porn movie together. And it was the rule was whoever has to get up, and no one gets up to leave the room, because then we know you're beaten off. It was so stupid. And we had
that's you're playing Stand By Me, the home game, but with your dick.
Yeah.
There's no body in the other room. It's just boobies.
Well, we're all sitting there watching it, and we're laughing, and we're like, because that was the thing. Not only was it the first porn movie I'd ever seen, it was the first Ron Jeremy porn movie I'd ever seen. And it was Ron Jeremy when he was still marginally in shape.
Okay, so
it was like
eh,
early 80s.
okay, so he's covered in Yuri style hair and he's throwing the hammer at some poor woman.
Yeah, it just, and one of the dudes that we're sitting there with, one of our buddies, gets up and everyone's like, "Oh, you're leaving the room, you're gonna go beat off," and he looks around and he goes, "Yeah, I am. There's people fucking and I'm a teenage boy. I'll be back in a second." And he went into the bathroom, came back in like 3 minutes, and he was like, "All right, let's watch the rest of this." So
That
in that
man was
movie,
Barack Obama.
it was, let's give it up for him, everybody. Barack Obama. That man was Joe Biden, president.
I was desperately trying to come up with some other politician who's roughly our age, but I know no politicians. I'm like, oh, Obama, what? He's got me by 17, 20 years? That's close enough. Yeah, let's try that.
So let's do Obama. So here's the thing. The line that I remember from that movie, 2 lines. I apologize. There's 2 lines I remember.
You remember the lines?
There are 2 lines. No, not lines. 2 lines. There's only
Yeah.
2 I remember. Hold on.
Would you say you were scarred or imprinted by these 2 lines on this experience?
Imprinted, not
Mhm.
scarred. One was Ron Jeremy sitting at the breakfast table with his robe open, his enormous schwanz that made me go, "Is there something wrong with me?"
Yes, but not that.
Yeah, right. And I didn't know that till later. And some woman pleasuring him, and him looking at the newspaper going, "Stocks are down, bonds are down, but my dick's up. All right." That, and looky here, everybody, a special presentation from the love of my life, the best woman I've ever known. That's, thank you, honey.
There you go. Special delivery.
Special delivery.
Diggity D.
Dickety D, everybody.
Diggity D.
Thank
How
you,
quickly
Mrs.
we forget our own
Delicious.
shit.
You're welcome.
And if you recognize that voice, that's
Of
her.
course I do. I've met
Not
her
you,
before.
the
We've been friends for
listeners.
years. What are you talking about, stupid?
The listeners, you Tweedle. The other thing I remember is there was a character in this movie called Olga. Olga was the maid, the Russian maid, and she was making the good times with one of the other male characters in the kitchen, and he strips her naked and just dumps a bunch of like cooking oil all over like the island, and he just kept like, and he dumped it all over her, all over the island, and just kept spinning her around and yelling, "Stir fry."
Wait, hold on. Was he spinning the woman on top of it?
So like a kitchen island.
I know what an island is, yeah, but once he put the oil on it, and then what happened?
He put the oil on there and then put the naked woman on top. Put Olga.
There we go. Yes.
Put Olga on there and then dumped oil all over Olga, and then kept spinning her around and yelling, "Stir fry."
So this is the 80s. So as if the unprotected coke fueled sex wasn't scary and dangerous enough, now we're also going to make it slippery and somebody might trip and hit their head.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do.
Oh no, he nearly dumped her off that island multiple times.
I can imagine there was no stage combat choreographer
No.
there to really, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Just tuck and roll. I remember there was also bloopers at the end of this movie.
Porn bloopers. That seems like something that should be a thing that I've never seen, and I really want to.
I think porn bloopers are better than the movie itself.
Is it a thing? Like every time I had this idea, because I've had this idea several times, but never when I'm around a computer and alone and with some time to kill, where I'm like, I'll Google that. That's got to be a thing. It's a thing, right?
It is. It absolutely is. At the end of this movie, there were
Tell me
bloopers.
where to go.
Here's the two I remember.
Rosalie, remind me.
Carla,
Porn bloopers.
Carla, wake Rosalie up and tell her to get some porn bloopers on this feed. The two I remember, there were two dudes that were finger cuffing a poor girl, and one of the dudes had accidentally blown his load already on her, and the dude that was like behind went to like rub her on a certain part and then ran his hand through the libations from the other actor and was like, oh god damn it, and they threw him a towel. The other one,
that was where his line was drawn.
Yeah.
Putting his hand for another
man's spoodle.
God damn it, look at my rider. I want all blue M&Ms and no cum on my hands. I told you this.
I told you this. The other one was,
it's okay if the trailer smells that way.
The dude was starting to go down on one of the actresses, came up and he was like, oh my god, this smells like Buddy Love.
I don't get the reference.
Buddy Love was one of the other actors.
Oh, okay, sure.
That's it. The Buddy Love was one of the other actors, and just he went to go down on the woman and was like, oh, she smells like Buddy Love.
That's impressive that he can pick out the musk of a specific other performer
Well,
from set that day. He didn't just say this smells like the musk of a man that has finished inside of this woman earlier, and now it's my job to go after it. No, he said this smells like Buddy Love, as if to say has been here, like carved it into like a stool, like Buddy Love has been.
They're all working closely together. They're the entire film.
As close as two people can get.
Yeah, and
if they're not Siamese twins.
And they were Eskimo brothers, so I think that counts.
But can't you get a wet wipe in there, like in between takes, something? Like I know that there's people. There's one person who's a fluffer. They're probably also the hair and makeup. They have to have a wet nap in there somewhere, even if it's just from KFC. Like just like undo it. It's like just give it a wipe down, please. Hit it with some. It's the '80s, so you got no Febreze, but you can just
hit it with some Lysol. Just disinfect it like you would a bowling shoe.
How about just like a mouthful of Listerine and like one of those? DIY some shit. Come on, think outside the box, stupid.
And Olga's over there like, no, I can just dump it in. I gargle.
By gargling, she's standing on her head and utilizing a bottle of Mr. Clean the weird way. It looks like one of those volcanoes from 6-year-old's science fair.
What was it? Who's getting a blue ribbon today? Olga is.
Why is she putting baking soda up there, Paul? Just watch. Pass the popcorn.
It's science, Junior.
Next year, when you're in junior high, it's the donkey show.
I remember my first donkey show.
Never. That can't still be a thing, right?
Well, I guess I'm canceling what I'm doing to make money tomorrow night.
No, you have to wait until shot number 2 before you go anywhere near that goddamn burro.
Me and the burro.
Trust me, nobody at the donkey show is worrying about fucking 6 foot of social distancing and a K95 mask. That's not really top of the docket.
You can't tell me you're gonna fuck that donkey. No, I'm going to make love to that burro.
No, that donkey's gonna fuck me a lot.
We make love. We do not fuck.
I don't know, man. I don't know if an animal that can take you down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon really knows how to give it to you slow and romantic. Like, I think it's more of a yada 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 and carrot. Like that's just it.
How do you make love?
Me personally, as slow as possible, but that's just for everybody's safety.
Seeing Nick just dangles a Twinkie or something in front of me. Come on, buddy. Ooh.
I go real slow if I hear a creak or a pop or if somebody moans that I don't understand, I don't recognize the voice. I stop immediately. I turn on the lights. I call somebody.
And I've apologized immensely for that.
Absolutely. As well you should every time. Fool me
I'm
17
sorry.
times. Shame on me.
I was in the closet. I meant to keep the ball gag in. I chewed it out, and I'm sorry.
Well, there's something I'm never going to be able to get out of my fucking head. You can't scrub that out with soap. Try as you might.
Try as you might. I'll do my best next time I see you.
Been eating steel wool for a year trying to get the last goddamn mental image out of there. All I'm doing is tearing up my insides.
It sounded like a 90s music reference.
Well, while wearing this stupid hat, then yeah, it should be.
I'm just eating steel wool, trying to wash out my insides.
And then there's the weird guitar bridge, and then right back to the slow part.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that could easily been a song by Creed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By Creed. Yeah, absolutely. You're giving them a little more credit than they deserve, I think.
With arms wide open, eating a Brillo pad. Yeah, that makes sense. That's right.
Yeah. No, I you know what? I hear it now.
Probably it could have been that one time Jars of Clay did a whole bunch of meth on accident. They might have written something like that, but you don't really catch a whole lot of that.
They just thought it was Jesus Crunchies.
Yeah, geez, Crunchies and a whole lot of ants underneath the skin. They didn't know what was going on there.
I got the Holy Spirit way down deep.
That is the kind of assholes we are. Because if somebody said, hey, do you want to slip this Christian rock band some meth to see what happens? My immediate action would be, yes, absolutely. And I do not care what happens to me afterwards. If we get caught, it's worth the story.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes.
I'll pay the fine and I'll apologize to the judge, whatever I got to do. But holy shit, yes, I want this to happen.
If I can start the process to make Jars of Clay's teeth fall out and then get a stupid haircut, yes, absolutely. I want to watch it all the way from discovering it to cleaning a whole lot to cleaning so much they start bleeding weirdly. I want to watch this whole thing unfold.
God, I was trying to think of some of the other horrible Christian bands, and I couldn't come up with them because, you know, booze and other substances.
There was what, Striper?
Striper.
Is that one?
Yeah, hold on. You know what? I had an idea for today, but you know what? Let's look up Christian rock bands.
I'm not kidding. From last week, I'm making that t-shirt that says, fuck Jesus, Schadenfreude is my co-pilot. The only problem with that is I'm really going to have to go real deep and make sure I'm spelling Schadenfreude correctly.
Skillet.
What?
Skillet.
Spelled the way I think it is?
Yep.
Like the cast iron thing on my... Is a Christian rock band?
Yes.
You sure?
I am positive.
Is it just like... Are you sure it's not just one
I'm not
Christian
only
rock
sure,
guy?
I'm HIV positive.
There you go. It's not just... Jesus, dude. It's not just like one... Skillet just sounds like if it's a Christian rock group, just like one guy with like a cross like around his neck on a leather thong, but he's just blowing into a jug. The Lord. Like he does that and a one-man Cotton Eye Joe, and like that's his whole thing.
Switchfoot. You remember Switchfoot?
Okay. I've never had the pleasure.
Oh, I'm sure. Hold on. I got
I
you.
want to say I was inoculated for that in '98, but I'm not sure.
Well, that's been a long time ago. Hold on.
It does sound like a disease you get in a video game. You've contracted Switchfoot. Hold on.
Fumbling his confidence and wondering why the world is passing by.
No. I don't think I remember that actually.
Wait, that's
Although it sounds like
Hold on, that's
everything
the
that was on the
acoustic
radio
version.
from 24 years ago.
Yeah, well, yes, you're not wrong.
Oh, that's the acoustic version. Back when MTV Unplugged was a thing and they couldn't get on, they had JTV Unplugged. What would Jesus do? I don't know, whine into an acoustic guitar but still get pussy.
Wait, there.
Maybe? That just reeks of the 90s.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I don't know, because it could easily just be Blur. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you if I've heard that song before. Okay, it's listeners, he's just going down a hole now. The show is over. This is just him listening to his song and having memories. For so much more. Okay,
We lost ourselves.
I never realized I was a Christian. I never listened to enough of the lyrics.
Yep. Newsboys. Remember Newsboys?
They were the ones that there was a crash in the Andes and they had to eat each other to survive.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
I don't know these guys. 1,000-foot crutch.
What's with all the feet? Why is feet a thing for these people?
Because there were nails involved.
Probably just the one big one.
Let's see. 1,000-foot crutch. Courtesy. You know what? I'm not familiar with these guys. Let's just see what they are.
1,000-foot crutch.
Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing.
Oh, this isn't 90s anymore.
Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call.
Hold on, no, that's just Savage Garden, the one-hit wonders with the Chicken Cherry Cola song.
Hey, I'm pretty sure you're right. Dude, I went to a Savage Garden concert.
How long was it after that before you were able to grow facial hair again?
When did the pandemic start?
I don't know. I can't really say much. I saw Letters to Cleo twice.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I had the T-shirt until very recently. I don't know what happened to it. I'm still pissed off about that. I had the T-shirt was so old. I learned how to darn to fix a couple of holes in the goddamn thing.
So the pandemic ruined. Nick and I were supposed to go to a concert in 2020, and it was Alanis Morissette, Liz Phair, and Garbage.
Is it called Lilith Fair puked all over my shoes?
It was called Larry Will Likely Have to Change His Pants 4 or 5 times.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would go to that fucking show.
Dude, I was so pumped.
I was a huge Garbage fan back in the day.
What?
Garbage fan.
Shirley Manson is still a fucking smoke show, bro. And so is Liz Phair. Liz Phair is good. God. And I mean, come on. Liz Phair's Polyester Bride and the song Divorce Song. Are you familiar with Divorce Song?
No, absolutely. I'm just watching you say something to me and then kind of reel back and go, am I going to have to defend myself? I'm watching this go through your head right now.
Fight me. I love Shirley Manson, Alanis Morissette, and Liz Phair can do no wrong. God.
I got no issues there. I was never a huge Liz Phair fan, but that falls into the genre.
Yeah, Shirley Manson. Well, and Garbage was doing music about inclusion and transgender and all these social issues that at the time were like, hey, we're still kind of figuring out if we're cool or not about this. And they're just playing these songs like, you know, Go Baby Go and what was the other? When I Grow Up and Do You Bleed Like Me? Those songs were just, I mean, they were all about just stop being dicks and be cool to people.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Zig and Larry audition for MTV VJs in 1998. We
Goddamn
appreciate
right.
everything that you guys have done for us. If you have no idea who we're talking about, that's because you're relevant and we no longer are.
The way we looked in 1998, we would have made fantastic MTV VJs.
I had a whole lot going on. I had a whole lot going on in 98. I had my hair shaved up to right over my ears in a bowl cut, but the ponytail that started there and went all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Every finger was covered in some manner of faux silver jewelry that came from the mall. We definitely had just a flannel tied around your waist, ripped jeans.
Or
the
it was a
fingernails were
polyester shirt that we purchased from the ladies section of the local Goodwill.
Yep. My socks never matched. That was on purpose. I purposely bought different colored Chuck Taylors and would wear one black and one green, or one red and one blue.
I had wingtip Doc Martens.
There you go. Yeah.
Yep. I wish I still had
were
those.
Colors. Yeah. And 2 earrings in each ear.
Yeah, I see, and I'm so pissed that I never got my ears pierced, and I'm going to. It's time.
I mean, it win, but now for a 42-year-old man to get his ears pierced, then in 2021.
You know what? Fuck him. That's
who cares?
That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm just.
It's time to just do the shit that I want to do. Fuck it.
And that's why I whipped my dick out at that playground.
And
also
that's
why I'm not allowed to live around a playground.
Mm-hmm. But no one judged you. They were
No, that's not true.
Okay, yeah, there were lots. There was lots of judgment.
It was immediate too. It was frightening. And it was aggressive.
The amount of rotten vegetables that were thrown. I didn't.
And why are people carrying those around in this day and age? Like
it was a mystery.
I didn't know kale could hurt that much when thrown overhand.
Well, when an abuela has a good pitching arm.
You just threw a couple extra vowel sounds in that word, but sure.
Well, I also threw a couple shots of extra Irish whiskey down my gullet.
There you go.
Down my gullet.
Down your gullet.
I did refer to my wife's genitalia earlier tonight as a vagina. To
her, to your children, to the clergy, to who?
The mailman. And I asked him kindly to stop looking at it.
Here's your Comcast bill. Look at my wife's vagina. Sir, this is not a relationship.
It is now.
That is not part of this service.
Are you familiar with stir fry?
You want to hear what Ron Jeremy told me when I was a kid? I do not.
Yes, you do. If someone were to walk up to you and be like, "Hey, you want to hear what Ron Jeremy told me when I was a kid?" You'd be like, "Absolutely."
Give me a second. Let me record this. But yes, of course. Hold on. Vamp. Give me a second. I've got to.
Okay.
Here, hold on.
I got to get the recorder set up, but I also got to get my family on the phone.
Would you please say that to my grandma? Please. She gets a kick out of the weirdest stuff, especially now that she's been on drugs for years.
And she's on the good stuff. We all steal it from her just because we need to get by.
Oh, yeah. Just because these goddamn weed gummies are legal doesn't mean the granny's not getting the hardcore goo-goo.
Oh, man. Like, it was, I'll be honest. So, when Nick's grandma kicked.
Hold on. Oh.
What did you do?
Sorry, you just said the phrase when Nick's grandma kicked, and I really feel like I should pay that some attention because I'm your good friend, but I just put something in my mouth that I don't know about.
Did somebody give you an Underberg?
No, fuck you and everybody who looks like you. That goddamn poison you gave me last year, you fucking lunatic. Go back to episode 2 called Zig and Larry Ignores Zig's Vomit or whatever the hell it was, where Larry poisons me and I ended up puking on Mike and shitting my brains out all night that evening. Fucking garbage.
Zig and Larry Ignores Zig's Pile of Sick. It's one of my favorite episodes.
God. Yeah, I'm sure it is. You fucking Louie. No, I purchased this sour, and I really wish I would have looked at it a little bit more. I don't know what the flavor is. Hold on. Somebody's gummy's kicking in. But I just realized that it's called Sippin' Pretty, and there's a hummingbird on it. So what do you want, I guess? From Odell Brewing Company.
A finger
That
just
tasted
far enough
like-
up there.
That tasted like something. Fruited sour ale, acai, guava, and elderberry. Well, there's your problem. You got to look at the label before you purchase it, pal.
That sounds
say you can't
delightful.
You say you can't judge a book by its cover. No, you can. That's why they have the cover on it. That's why they tell you in the beer what is in there. This tastes with a delicate addition of Himalayan pink sea salt. This beer pops with a bright ruby color and a refreshing tart finish. Okay, well, I just wasn't. Hold on. There's something about that. There's something about that on the back end.
Hey, can I
Kinda
finish
like-
this story before I sound like before people think I'm a monster?
Yeah, somebody's grandma kicked. Go for it. I am a monster.
Well, that's
It tastes like somebody rubbed grass on the back of my throat. And I'm gonna
see
keep
the
drinking it.
way you describe it. It sounds delightful. I'd drink the shit out of that.
Well, they paid somebody to write down how it describes it. Hire me to write down what it
I
tastes like.
say as I do shots of Irish whiskey, drinking a Pilsner from St. Louis.
Mhm.
So when Nick's, and God rest her soul, Miss Annie was a fucking delight. Nick's grandma was one of those. She was one of those old brassy dames that did not give a fuck, and she loved me because she would have me sit next to her. She'd be like, "Come here and sit next to me," and I would just roast people with her. But she was so goddamn funny that she would lean over and say some of the nastiest, meanest shit about people in the room to me, and she and I would just lose it. Just a doll of a broad.
So, well, Jesus, dude. I mean,
What? She was my buddy.
well, like, what did she? No, doll of a broad. No, just like,
Yeah.
was it about things in the room? Like, was it like
People.
Puerto Rican steel? Was it like that?
No,
Or-
no. It was like
Oh, no, it was
peop-
specific. It was that Puerto Rican steels.
No, it would.
Pointing at a man.
It was more like that kid looks like he eats glue for fun or something. Just some like whoever was in the room with us, we would just like be just mean as cat shit. And it would just make her laugh and make me laugh. She was just, but that's the other thing. She was just a sweetheart of a woman. But she also had an incredible opiate problem. And so when she died, we got the like 3 grocery sacks full of like gabapentin and oxy patches and shit. And do you know how, and I want to point out, we never got into it. We actually took it to the appropriate receptacle. We gave it to a pharmacy.
His name was Carl, and he
His-
paid handsomely.
His name was Carl, and I made $5,000 that day.
And he has this tattoo too. It says, "Hello, my name is Receptacle Appropriate."
And we made love.
Mhm. Sure.
Okay, I made love, and he fucked. But
While
still,
on Oxy.
yeah, making love is what I do while my wife fucks me. Is what I would usually describe that as.
So when she died in the will, you got a pinata full of opium.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
But no, it took everything, because I have what you would normally be called no self-control, and you're aware of this.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I also have what might be considered a substance abuse problem.
You're talking to a guy who purposely can't have whiskey in the house today. So yeah, what do you want?
But we had this bag of, I mean, I say bag, it was 3 bags of super silly fun time that I would just occasionally stare at and be like, "You're a piece of shit. you're a piece of shit if you take any of this out of this bag and put it on your taint.
Is that how you do it?
That's how I would have done it.
Okay, fair.
And that is why O.J. Simpson wrote that book.
Nah, I don't think that's going to play in Peoria.
Nothing. You know what? Hey, can I use this platform real quick since you said Peoria?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to because
Oh, is there a joke in there anyway?
No,
'Cause it
no,
sounds
there's
like
not.
You're about to be angry.
I'm not going to be angry. No, I'm really bummed because
I hope there's a joke in there somewhere.
No, I'm actually going to be real sincere for a second.
Shit.
Don't be no. This is a good thing. So Dan Conlon is a good dude who owns the Jukebox Comedy Club in Peoria, and the Jukebox has been around for fucking ever, right? And the pandemic has just kicked that poor club in the fucking nuts. And so they have it wasn't Dan. The owner is his name. I know I mentioned Dan Conlon. Dan's a good dude. He did not start the GoFundMe. Some of the other comics actually started the GoFundMe for the Jukebox Comedy Club. The Jukebox brings in people like, Shane Torres, Matt Bronger, Kevin Pollak, Mike Armstrong, legends of the business and people that are just, slaying right now. And it's also, Dan is one of those club owners, one of those rare club owners that loves comedians. Chris Spire of Mason City Limits is another club owner because he's a comic himself that loves comics. But Dan is not a comic, but still loves comedians, and he loves giving people chances and taking care of them. And the Jukebox has been around for fucking ever. Everybody has performed there. You name a comic, they've performed there. And they're really struggling through this pandemic. So listeners, lovies and kittens and my little baby meat pies, check out the GoFundMe for the Jukebox Comedy Club in Peoria. And even if you just throw them $5, fucking throw them $5, man. Because it's comedy clubs like the Jukebox that keep comedy alive, keep comedy going, and do it for the love of it. Dan's not getting rich doing it, and he has no intention of getting rich. He just loves comedy and loves stand-ups and loves stand-up comedians so much. That's why he's doing it. So, yeah, I didn't even cover this with you, and I apologize, Zig. I wanted to just throw that out there because it's a beautiful fucking club, and any small independently owned comedy club where the owner actually loves comedy and loves comedians, fucking support them. Buy a gift card, do something, or any independent venue right now, anything to get them through until everyone gets a goddamn vaccination. So those of us that do live performance can actually get back out there and fucking do a live performance and safely and fucking sexy fuck.
Yeah. I got nothing, man. Yeah, I hope they do well. I don't know. Yeah.
We should probably get to our topic.
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
What'd you learn today, buddy?
I learned that apparently it takes longer than an hour for a weed gummy to have any effect. Is that true?
It can, yeah.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah, it can sometimes it's a half hour, depending on what you took Is it a sativa or is it a what strain are you chewing on?
I don't know. It's whatever the weed sommelier sold to me. I don't fucking know. There was a guy in a beanie behind the thing. He had a big fuck off beard and a lot of acne, but he was really, really excited to talk to me. I'm not certain. We bought snoozeberries. We bought something else, and it was $88.
Yeah, it depends on if it's sativa or indica, and also depending on.
Now, because he told me it doesn't matter because once you turn it into an edible, it's just all THC at that point.
He's wrong and
Now,
doesn't know what he's talking about.
I don't know shit from fuck, but I'm listening to the guy who's behind the bulletproof glass with a tip jar in front of him. He is my current guy. He's the only guy.
I'll tell you right now, he's wrong. He can tell you all that, and you know what? I'm sure that he feels like he knows what he's talking about, but you know, that's that. Whatever. He's wrong. Indica, sativa, it's not all just THC. It has different effects on you. And depending on what was that gummy? Was that it looked pretty,
Red.
that a 10 milligram?
It was red.
It was what?
Red. Mixed berry. That's what I know about it.
So that gummy that you just took could be anywhere between 5.
It's a 10-1. It's a 10-1.
It was a 10 milligram. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
It was also mixed berry, though.
Yeah.
I want that to be known.
It was mixed berry because I just want something that tastes good. Yeah, that was me. I'm referencing a bit that I did the other night, but none of you know that unless you have went and watched it and then come back here and saw what I was doing with my hands.
What'd you learn, Larry?
Oh, I learned that, God, I don't think whiskey has any effect on me anymore.
No, none that I can tell.
I also feel like, Zig, I feel like we need, I feel like just for our viewers, just for the viewers, I feel like we need to we do something special.
God damn it. I hate it so much. It's just, it upsets me. It's just this stupid light. It just, you can't turn on a song. Where's the song? Make the song go. Come on, dance monkey. You had the song going. No? Cypress Hill? Really? Okay. I got $15 that says every member of Cypress Hill is dead now by somebody else's hand. Yeah, if you're not watching this, you're really missing out.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I love your titty meat.
And it loves you back.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.